Hi guys, this week we're doing something a little bit different to the usual makeup looks. This is a practice for a cosplay I will be doing in October when I go to see Welcome to Night Vale. When it comes to the UK, it will be my third Night Vale live show and I'm very excited for it. So the cosplay I will be doing has a combination of different elements that I haven't played with before, so that's why I'm practicing it today. But also it's a joint cosplay with my sibling. This is what my sibling looks like. And it occurs to me that in order for us to be two of a pair, we should probably look like each other. So I'm going to be also trying to contour to look a bit more like them. So, here we go. This, hopefully, is Kevin from Welcome to Night Vale, or at least what I imagine Kevin will look like. So as with any look, the first thing we're going to do is the primer and foundation. Well, primer, concealer and foundation. I am still using L'Oreal Infallible Primer. It's actually a mattifying base, but it's a primer. Yeah, this is going to be amazing because myself and my sibling are going as Kevin and Cecil because we already look similar. So I felt like doing something where we're both kind of similar but different is something that we would both enjoy. I have new concealer, everybody. So you know that for a while I've had my beat up little Makeup Academy Pro Base pot that fell on the floor and the lid snapped off, and it looks like that now. I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, it looks like that now. So you can tell I use certain colours more than others and it's running out. So I figured I would go and get another one, but then I saw that they do these little individual pots of the actual colours that you might use. So you can get just the ones that you use, which is amazing. So I got these, is the short version of that story. So yeah, I'm happy I get new stuff. So I found with these, the best way for me and my face anyway, I don't know if you would be different, the best way to get the most out of this is to, everyone knows, do triangles under the eyes instead of just like that area. I've found that doing quite long yellow ones and then putting a little bit of purple inside the yellow triangle. Don't know if you can quite see that, but essentially I've gone yellow down to there and then done purple underneath the yellow, like in the area that's closer to my eye, because I find that's where I'm usually having issues with darker spots. And then obviously green goes over any areas of redness. And red goes over any veins or anything like that you might have. Okay, cool. I think that's the progress done. I'm gonna blend that in and out and all around. Obviously the one of the biggest differences between me and my sibling is our hair. I have quite straight hair, whereas they have sort of messier, curlier hair. And in order to achieve that, I've just put my hair in sort of little rough pin curls. Obviously because the overall look is going to be messy, the curls themselves don't need to be neat. I've literally just sort of grabbed a chunk, twisted it around, looped it around itself and stuck a bobby pin in. I haven't done too many, which may be a bad move, but it should be okay, I think, because I tested this yesterday to see how long it would take and what sort of effect it would get. And overall it was good. So I've just worked it down and put it in pins, and then by the time I'm done with the makeup, it should be dry. Where's my foundation? It's right here. I'm looking through the bag that it's not in. Hoopy doop. Blender. Whoop. Yeah. That should do. In case you missed whatever one I said about these in, I think it was maybe the Psychonauts look, or it could have been the Archer look, don't know. Check both of them out if you did miss. But also, these aren't brand name beauty blenders, they're actually Primark dupes, and they're really good. Like, no, they're Claire's Accessories, sorry. They're Claire's Accessories dupes. I think they were like £3 for a set of 3 or something. And you got the teardrop one, the little chisely end one, and the one that I'm trying to think of a way to describe it that isn't butt plug, but it looks like a butt plug, so I'm gonna call it the butt plug. And you got them for £3, and like, yeah, okay, they're not life-changing, like they could be a little bit better, but they are completely fine if you need some better sponges than just your standard makeup sponge. Also, like, I don't mind changing these out every 3 months or whatever it is you're supposed to change them out. If I'm not paying that much up front, so that's good. I just got paranoid and had to check I'd actually turn the microphone on. I've just had the realization that I look like that guy from Third Rock from the Sun, you know? I can't remember his name. Not the older one, not the one who played Barney Stinson's dad. The younger one, who has been in other stuff, but I can't remember what he's been in. Yeah, him. Actually, I never watched Third Rock from the Sun when it was on TV, because I was tiny, and it was incredibly unsuitable for me. But I'm very interested in sitcom. Like, I have, in like an academic way, I find it endlessly interesting, because I do really believe that it sort of tells you a lot about the society at the time, and about sort of, essentially it's like what was acceptable in mainstream comedy at the time, but also what did people want to change. And I never watched Third Rock from the Sun. I remember it being very popular when it was on, but no one has talked about it since it was cancelled. Like, you never hear someone go like, oh yeah, there's a box set of it because I really miss it. So it's on Netflix, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, I can check it out and see whether it was worth it. It's a very problematic show. Like, I mean, I'm willing to give it another couple of episodes, because especially with American sitcom, you really can't judge it from the first like 2-3 episodes. You have to wait until about episode 5 before it's really hit its stride. But yeah, I don't understand so far what was so amazing about it, but who knows, maybe it'll kick in. Right, we are now moving on to the contouring, and I need to contour to look like my old dear sibling, which should be fun. So this is where it all goes horribly wrong. I've just thrown my foundation across the room. Hooray! This is using my Revolution contour palette, because I can't find the other one. So the first thing I'm doing with the contour is, while I have one eye that is hooded and one eye that is less so, my sibling has 2 eyes that are both hooded. So I'm just going in to sort of imply that shadow a little bit around the eye and under the eye. And then they also have a slightly broader nose than me, so I'm just sort of widening the bridge a little bit. I have quite a round face, so not a round face, but a round chin. So I'm going to try and in with that, and then go over to really pronounce the chin a bit more. And then I'm just going to do some contouring around the hairline. And although my dear sibling does not have cheekbones, I am also going to contour in some sunken cheeks for the Kevin part of the look. Highlight. And this is just going, where is this going? On the bridge of the nose again, just to extend it a little bit. Across brow, on the apples of the cheeks. I really like this contour palette because it has a yellow highlight. Don't know if you can see, the light's probably throwing it off, but it has a yellow based highlight, and I really enjoy that because a lot of the cheaper ones you can just get like peach tone, and well, peach tone will work for me, like it's not the biggest problem in the world, it's not ideal a lot of the time, so that's good. So I'm just mixing that with the shinier one. Make a big round chin. Now we blend. And obviously we don't want to go too hard on the blending because a lot of this is about keeping that shadow there to create an illusion. So it's mostly just buffing out the obvious lines. So I'm really just blending like around the edge of the face, and the chin shadow and the nose shadow I'm trying to keep fairly intact. Dropping everything on the floor, so we're on standard really. This is about par for the course so far. Would help if my light source wasn't the actual sun and didn't keep moving. But it is what it is. You work with what you're given. Cool. So you can't really see either, can you? I don't know if you can, but yep, there we go. So I'm feeling pretty good about that contour. I think that's okay. Now we get to move on to the fun stuff that I mentioned earlier is a little bit different to what I normally do. Yeah. Oh, why is it? As soon as you put contour on, I guess the powder just goes up my nose or something, but nah. Okay. And the reason it's a little bit different to what I usually do is, for those of you who aren't familiar with Welcome to Night Vale, it's a radio show, or a podcast in the guise of a community radio show, and there's very little description given over to the physical appearance of the characters. All we know about Kevin is that he is very similar to Cecil. I think the exact quote is that he has hair and eyes and a nose like Cecil, but he has a smile, which is incredibly disturbing and is often referred to as this sort of horrifying, monstrous smile. And then, as the show goes on, you find out more things about Kevin and the company that he works for, and the sort of horrific things they do. So I'm gonna get some more tools for this next bit, and I'm also gonna move the camera around so you can see me properly, because the sun has just created this massive crossbar shadow through the window. And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I'm back. The contouring, I think, is done. Yeah, so as Night Vale goes on, you find out more about Kevin and about the company that he works for and the horrible things they have done. That, coupled with the description of the monstrous smile, has made me think that I need to go in with some stage makeup cosmetics, and I have some Mayron Rigid Collection Scar Liquid, which should be fun, and I also have some liquid latex, so I'm going to use these to build up the monstrous smile as it is previously described. I did have somewhere a lip pencil, but that appears to have gone awry. So I was going to use a lip pencil to sketch out the sort of outline of where I wanted it to go, but I think we'll just use some contour pen for that. This is my Sephora dual end highlight face contour duo pen, and it's wonderful, but it is falling apart a little bit, so I may need to get another one soon. So I'm just gonna use the highlight end to sort of go from the start of my top lip and edge out how far into the cheeks I want. I'm gonna do a sort of a Joker style smile, so I'm just kind of, can you see that? I'm just gonna take that into the cheekbone crease, I think. And then go down. And I'm gonna use this highlight as a guide, but also it's gonna be handy to have some highlight when I'm done with it. So that looks about even, I think. Yes, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not completely lopsided, if it's not completely even, because a little bit lopsided I think will just add to the creepiness. So let's have a look at this stuff. I mean, it smells like nail polish. I hope it isn't just clear nail polish, but I mean, it might be. And I'm gonna... the idea with this is that you paint it on with the applicator, and as it dries, it will sort of pinch your skin together, creating a scar look. And then you just go over it and over it until you have the depth of scar that you are happy with. And I found this on Amazon. Can't remember how much it was per bottle, but it was sort of like, it wasn't a big payment per bottle, but you don't get very much per bottle, so I don't know if it was worth it in terms of, you know, volume, because I could very well use all of this in just this practice look. So We'll see. Okay, so that's drying, and it is starting to pinch the skin a little bit. I don't know if you can just see those lines. Just gonna see if I can go over it more times. Aha, there we go. We're getting somewhere. It really does smell very strongly. Okay, something I'm learning is that if I put it too close to the corners of my mouth, it does seem to peel away a little bit. I'll have to bear that in mind for next time. What I should have really done is started doing it like this so I could see where the creases of my face are already, but I didn't. Oh well. Again, I don't know if you can really see, but it's definitely pulling on my face and doing something, so that's good. Now I'm going to use some liquid latex. I think this is just Smithy's liquid latex. Again, got it on Amazon, don't know how much, but you don't get a whole lot per purchase, so I'm just going to pad this into the areas around the scars. To give the skin a sort of a broken, chapped kind of feel. This also smells, but not of nail polish, so it's a nice change. So now I've put a layer of liquid latex on. I'm going to wait for that to dry and use the shadow end of my contour stick to see if I can't go over the scars and make it look like they're a little bit deeper than they are. I think I'm gonna go get my lip pencil. I'll be back in a moment. I don't have my lip pencil anymore. I threw it away because I'm a dumb. I do, however, have this, which I could have sworn I did throw away, Collection 2000 Colour Pout lip stain. This is an ancient thing that's been in my makeup kit for years. And I'm just using that to widen out my lower lip. And match it up into the scars. And then I also have, and this liquid latex is going to take forever to dry, isn't it? Dry, you bastard. If only I had a hairdryer. I also have this Natural Collection lip colour, not a lipstick, it says it's a lip colour in the shade Biscuit, and it looks like that. And I'm just going to, again, put a little bit on a little brush to see if I can go back and really darken out these scars. I'm just putting some foundation over the liquid latex. Again, just to give the skin a sort of a really uneven, scarred looking kind of texture. And I've gone in and I've obviously made those scars very dark. That needs buffing out a bit more, doesn't it? But I mean, obviously what I need to do is go in with some highlighter around the raised sides to just highlight that, because for every contour there should be an equal and opposite highlight. So let's get, I think stick's going to be the easiest way to do this, except the stick is the same colour as my skin, so that's probably not massively helpful. So we've got to go in with powder. Going to do another couple of coats with the Scar Collection tissue liquid stuff, just because I still don't feel like these are really as terrifying as they could be. This is cool because I'm mostly just sort of making this up as I go and then kind of basing the face on what is happening. But what appears to be happening is that the latex is really catching the highlight very well. So I think I'm just going to give like really high highlighted cheekbones and then cool. Now it's time for the hair. Let's see how this is dried. I've got liquid latex and foundation all over my hands. This is gonna go so well. I like it. It's a sort of a Johnny Depp, Edward Scissorhands kind of thing going on. Cool. I'll be back in a moment for the complete look. This is the Kevin look. I felt like a Hawaiian shirt with a tie was sufficiently, and pinstripe trousers as well. I felt like all of those things together really got across the Strexcorp thing of being corporate but being fun corporate and therefore more terrifying than just straight up business. So I felt like this would be a sufficient ensemble. My hair came out quite good, so I like that. It's similar enough to Sam's to be obviously of the same kind of, like, to be similar, but also has this element of like unhingedness to it. So I feel like it'll be an obvious kind of similar but different when we're both in costume next to each other. The scar tissue stuff is, I think it's worked quite well. It did take quite a lot of shadow and highlight to really get it to stand out. But I think what I might do next time is lay all of that down and then put the scar stuff over the top, instead of putting the scar stuff on and then shading and highlighting around it. I think that's gonna make a better, deeper kind of look. So yeah, this has been my Kevin look. There's pictures on Instagram if you want to follow me on Instagram, that'd be awesome. If you haven't subscribed, then you really should, so that you can see me doing in-character monologues every week, well, every week A, and then makeup looks every week B, and you can keep up to date with what I'm doing. If you haven't seen the Archer video or the Psychonauts look, then do find those as well, because I think those are some of my better makeup things. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like the page on Facebook as well. If you have any suggestions for upcoming makeup looks, then give me some ideas, because I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, Roddy loves you. Mwah.